And welcome back to another episode of Movies for the People, brought to you by Lloyd's Bedroom.
Bum-ba-da-da. Here we are.
Yeah, it's your boy Droid. I think this is like episode 5 from my room.
It's becoming the new norm here. I'm starting to actually like it.
Nah, you don't get to stay here. Don't get comfortable.
But what if I want to stay?
No.
I don't want to go home.
That's why I sit on the bed, you sit in the chair.
But they hit me.
Well, what'd you do?
Nothing.
Just in case anyone was wondering, the question isn't ever what you do. Assholes. Anyway, we're here to talk about movies.
I'm Ace.
And I'm Droid.
And this is Movies for the People.
Yep.
What did we see this week?
Boy, we saw so much.
How much?
So much that I was left reeling after leaving the wonderful Wizarding World, brought to us by the wonderful woman known as J.K. Rowling in Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Is it Fantastic Beasts 2, Crimes of Grindelwald, or is it just Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald?
I mean, it's 2, but like Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald.
Okay. I'll let it slide this time. But I'm not sure about that one. You better check your facts next time.
First off,
nigga.
Don't get your ass beat. All right.
I'm sorry.
I got the home field advantage.
You do. You got paper? You can give me a bunch of paper cuts?
Now I'll fucking smack you with this Bluetooth speaker our phones are charging from.
That shit is dense, too.
It is. So yeah, what were your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts walking out of the theater was and it's still the same ones I have now, just so you guys know out there, people. I was quite disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just feel like this was the first Harry Potter movie to not impress me with their magic. Like, I felt like it was very lackluster. Like, the first one, I was so entertained by all the new monsters, and like it felt different and magical in a new way than Harry Potter did. This one, I just felt like there wasn't enough magic. I don't know. This to me feels like a setup movie for the third one, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see the third one to really fill it out.
Well, I definitely don't agree with that. I'm surprised. Actually, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess we didn't really talk about it after the fact.
We didn't, because I knew. I felt like this, and I was like, if I bring it up now, we're gonna waste some good energy that we could have on the podcast with the shock.
I appreciate that. I guess I'm also a little bit disappointed in it, but it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I liked it. I think that there was more than enough magic, honestly. Like, there was literally a point at which I was like, I get that this is the Wizarding World, but people out here doing some wild shit, and everybody's just okay with it. Why is there nobody questioning what's going on? I'll tell you when I thought about that, but we'll get into that in our spoiler full review.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. There was, I mean, obviously there weren't as many, like the focus wasn't as much on the magical creatures as the first movie, but I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like, we can't have every movie be about Newt going to find magical creatures.
I mean, that's kind of what his kick is. I mean,
it is, but this is more about the implications of his actions and the ramifications of what happened, you know, coming from like the people he's met. And I get that all we've ever known about this guy is he wrote this book, and then they're like, oh, well, we're making a movie about this book that he wrote, but he wrote the book. People have read the book, and now we're past that. That was all we got as far as his story is concerned, and now they're expanding past that into things that like have never been expanded upon before, but we know happened.
Why is this movie called Fantastic Beast?
The Crimes of Grindelwald?
Like, I get the Grindelwald part, but
there were fantastic beasts, nigga. I will ask you again. Have you ever heard of a Kelpie, nigga? Have you ever seen a horse that was almost like a dragon made out of kelp?
No.
Nigga.
So they give us one scene so it can be called Fantastic Beast?
I don't even remember what that fucking lion shit was called.
Let's not spoil all the beast. But what I'm saying is, this isn't a Fantastic Beast movie. I really like the Fantastic Beast movie and the magical experience of experiencing all these new different animals.
Mm-hmm.
This had none of that. There was a couple scenes. The things that they promoted, I didn't get you didn't really get anything from it.
I very much disagree with that. And the reason I very much disagree with that is because, first off, this movie didn't have nearly as much promotion as the first one, which is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
But most of the promotion that was done had to do with the Grindelwald situation. Very little of it had to do specifically with the beasts. Like, if we go and look at the trailers right now, you'll not get scenes of...
Well, they showed Grindelwald,
mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of Grindelwald, and I expected that.
Mm-hmm.
They also showed a pretty good amount of Dumbledore.
Mm-hmm.
Barely any Dumbledore.
But there's a reason for that.
There is a reason for that. And if I don't get more Dumbledore in the third one, I'm going to flip my shit. Because let me tell you, this Dumbledore, Jude Law killed it. He's a great actor.
It was Jude Law, yeah.
He fucking killed it. I was worried going in. Like, he looked like cool, but like Dumbledore in the original Harry Potter movies had this like swag about him, like Obama had. Like, he's lightweight nerdy, but like he's cool at the same time. And this is like how Obama had that Barry movie come out.
Mm-hmm.
This is Albie. I don't know. Also, I don't know. I don't think they explained everything the best way. It kind of was all just everything's thrown right at you in the beginning, and there you go. And now watch it all unfold.
I mean, what do you mean by that?
Like, this is where I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, don't spoil it. But like, is there any way you can elaborate?
We'll elaborate more on that in the spoiler discussion.
Okay,
but I don't think it's a bad movie.
Okay,
but I don't think it's up to the standard of Harry Potter. Maybe with the first couple.
The first couple movies?
Mm-hmm. Which are good movies, but they're also kind of because they stuck too much to the books. And the director just really didn't understand how to capture the world of Harry Potter like the later director did.
I think, you know what's interesting in what you just said? And I think this is like something that is kind of becoming a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you say the world of Harry Potter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the wizarding world. Like, Harry Potter is like what got us into like why we know about this.
Mm-hmm.
But Harry Potter is just a character in the grand scheme of things. Like, the world had persisted before him and will persist after him. I wouldn't be surprised if we get stuff in the future that's like after the original Harry Potter movies.
Well, we'll get the Cursed Child, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want that to be a thing. Anyway, yeah, but I think it's like, I think that people have to understand that, like, in this case, things can be separate and good.
No, but I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, is there, the first one was, if you're experiencing the wizarding world, and this one, I don't want it. Like, there's 2 scenes of action. 2 of like wizards fighting.
Okay.
And they're not entertaining. The special effects were trash. It's super dark out. I wasn't a fan.
I really want to I wish we could just skip forward to our spoiler discussion because I really want to talk about this.
Basically, my opinion is, I think it was a little bit lackluster for a Harry Potter movie. I know you say they're separate. It's a Harry Potter world. You get what I say. I understand it's separate from the actual Harry Potter story. But it's easier to say Harry Potter than Wizarding World.
Give it the respect it deserves.
No. But that's my opinion on the movie. I would say go see it, though. Because it's fucking Harry Potter. And there's going to be a third one. So you might as well go see all of them. And I would hate for this movie to not do well. And then the third
because
one
you talk shit about it. I would blame you. I just want you to know.
I still think it will look best on the big screen.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen it on the small screen.
I think it looked best on the big screen because I enjoyed the special effects. I think they were pretty good. Especially in one particular thing, I thought it was great.
There is good scenes, but there's also scenes like the action scenes are not up to par. Like the fighting scenes. I should say not action scenes, because there are a lot of action scenes. But the fighting is.
Well.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, just to wrap it all up here.
Well, I enjoyed the movie. I thought the special effects were pretty good. What?
Did you say boovie? I enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought the special effects were good. There's not really much that I didn't like about it, honestly. I thought Grindelwald was written to be a pretty great villain. I think Johnny Depp did well playing him.
I agree with that. Johnny Depp did do well as Grindelwald. I think I was worried, but I was pretty happy with it.
I think the acting as a whole was pretty good. I enjoyed seeing more of the world and them kind of expanding on, like, we saw outside of even, like, normally we're used to, like, the UK and then we go to, like, America, and then this last one we went somewhere else. And I was like, oh, that's cool. We're just expanding this world.
But what new did they show in that world?
Huh?
They didn't really show anything new. It's stuff that's all.
But you have to understand,
very similar to the originals.
No, but what you have to understand is that, like, there's no part of the reason that these are shown is because you don't know that they exist necessarily. Like, the biggest, like, even in the books, I think we get like 4 books in before you even know that there are other wizarding societies. So, like, acknowledging that that's a thing outside of what we're used to is pretty important. But I think, and this is, unfortunately, this is something that has to happen in the spoiler full review that you guys better listen to. If you haven't, then you should. If you haven't watched the movie, then you should, come back and listen to our spoiler review.
Definitely.
But there are some elements that we wouldn't get if there weren't other regions of the world where magic was as big of a deal as it is. I guess as far as like what we saw new from that place in particular, there wasn't very much. It was more of a setting thing than necessarily something to drive the story. It honestly could have been anywhere else and been the same. But I enjoyed going somewhere different.
Me too.
Because when you spend 8 movies in the same place.
The first one of The Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them was in a different place.
Yeah, I know.
I could have explored that one a little bit more. They didn't have to switch it up so quick. Go to somewhere else, Maybe the U.S. wants a little shine.
Yeah, but that's not Newt's thing. Newt's thing is not, hey, let's go to the U.S. Newt's thing is, I'm a world traveler. Yeah, and the marketing was not on par with, honestly, anything else in the series.
It wasn't good. I'm upset with you.
If that's the biggest complaint I have about this movie, the marketing was trash.
But I say we move on to trailer talk. But before we get to trailer talk, we like to do a couple things. First of all, we'd like you to come follow us on Twitter at ___ for the people. And
if you didn't get that, that's ___ for the people.
And it is also ___ for the people on Instagram.
And if you need these instructions in Spanish, please press 2.
L____. I don't know Spanish, but no hablar español. But there's a couple things that I want to say.
Important things?
Something personal that I wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
And
this isn't exclusive, you guys. I haven't even gotten this yet.